you ever raced a big honking limo? No? Then take a look at the mod that we're showing you right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to rumrum.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to It's a Mod world where we show different mods for different sims to see if they add to our enjoyment. What you're seeing here is a Brabus Rocket 900 Desert Gold Edition, a heavily tuned car based on the Mercedes-Benz S65 AMG with a B-turbo engine with 900 HP. Hence the name Rocket 900. This is a car we would never be able to afford because it costs over 600,000 euro or USD. I don't have that kind of change and I searched my couch to see if I could find enough. We on the other hand hope that you never get enough from us, so if you want to be informed about new videos, click subscribe and also click on the bell. And then enjoy! Oh yikes, had I known that the interior would look like that, I would never have chosen yellow, oh excuse me, gold for the Brabus. But now I'm here and it looks like a limousine, but take a look at this, some slight error in the mod. You see that these icons are not aligned, they appear as if they're floating in space. It did exactly the same on VR. Don't be surprised to see the Mercedes icon. Brabus is a company that modifies existing Mercedes cars, predominantly limousines, and pimps them up significantly. The interior looks especially flat on VR. With regards to the sound, the motor is extremely silent when it's addressed. I've never been very fond of the design of Mercedes, and this doesn't change anything. Brabus does normally not change the design, it just changes the specs. I'm gonna spare you the grief. No, you don't see a motor in the motor. The sound programming here is strange. While the motor normally sounds subdued, when I go on the throttle or when I change gears, it exponentially gets louder. So normally it's not very loud, and then you change gears and your ears explode. That's strange. I'm quite interested in knowing how the sound will be from the outside. It took me a long while to understand this car, and I'm still not sure that I did. It's quite difficult to deal with. It's got an enormous mass. The brakes are not according to the mass, so you have to be very careful on the brakes. It's quite sluggish in its behavior because it's got so much mass. I had to wrap my head around all these concepts and around racing with a car that has this kind of behavior. Not easy, I tell you. An enormous motor put inside of this enormous massive car, but the brakes don't fit. The brakes are like standard street legal brakes, and you would need at least bigger street legal brakes, and for racing you would need some special racing brakes, and even there some special racing brakes because of the enormous mass of this car. You have to be very careful on the throttle as the motor goes very fast into high revs, and the turbo gets activated quite fast and builds pressure also very fast. On the other hand, the behavior of the brakes is also not what I was expecting. You have to start braking quite soon, as if you brake too hard the car will oversteer, and while you often enough are able to save it, if the physics consider that you are braking too hard, you won't be able to save it. You have to be very careful with the pressure you apply to the brake so that you don't oversteer, but on the other hand, this car is massive, you do have to brake strong, and still, if you brake too strong, it oversteers. If you don't brake strong enough, the mass of this car is gonna take over. Very, very difficult to handle. This was part of what took so long for me to be able to handle this car. Finding the sweet spot in the brakes was very difficult, almost impossible. I'm not sure I really found it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting the behavior of a race car in a limousine on steroids. That's not what this is about. It just felt half of the time as if I would be driving a badly set up Bentley GT3. All this I was able to notice because the force feedback is quite good. Look at that, even the AI has issues dealing with the mass of this car. All the time while watching the replays I thought that the tires in this mod were too thin, but I've seen different pictures of the Brabus and they are quite thin. I don't know why they are so thin compared to other tires and how it affects the stability. With regards to the mod, they don't. You may have seen a picture of a Brabus police car. Be assured that German police don't all drive Brabus, and that the Brabus police car was a special version to show how to safely tune a car. The AI struggles with the mass and the behavior of this car. And wait for it. Yeah, it's again one of those mods. If somebody knows why mods do that and how I can change it, where to change the code so that this does not happen, please do let me know, because it's a pity that you cannot use many of these mods for racing. Now I know how it feels to drive an oversized limousine, at least oversized when it comes to its motor. The mod looks quite okay, but from the inside it looks quite flat, not really 3D, no depth. And it has this error with the icons floating. For the look, I give it 4 eyes out of 5. The sound is, sorry to say, a mess. It's normally very low, and then when you go on the throttle or when you change gears, it explodes. I think that the sound needs to get better a lot. Therefore, for the sound, I give it 2 ears out of 5. Now that driving feeling, I'm not sure. I get the feeling that the issues I've had all the time with this car and driving it stem from the car itself and not from the mod. I cannot be sure, I've never driven a Brabus and I'm pretty sure that I will never do, but based on the very good force feedback and based on the way this mod behaves, I would say that my issues come from the way the car is and not from the mod. Therefore, for the driving, I give it 5 wheels out of 5. This is an interesting mod, not one I will drive very often, but that's a personal choice of mine, not because I don't find it interesting. Clearly, this mod and this car are for experts, or at least middle to experienced drivers. I think a beginner would have lots and lots of problems driving this car the right way. If you are interested in driving street cars, or at least very special street cars like this may very well be a mod for you, and I hope that Bruce Kelt, the mod maker, gets the issues with the sound solved. Remember that we have tons of videos showing the joy of sim racing. Check them out. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thanks for all the comments. We'll love to hear from you. If you like this video, applaud by giving it a thumbs up and share it around. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to be informed about new videos and to become part of the ever-growing RomRom family. And if you already did, thank you very much for that. Until next time, safe fuel, correct pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.